And I think we're going to see a stellar performance.
But
he's got his hands full with
Team
Tyler.
Europe to break.
Tyler's playing very well, confident too. Two youngsters here. Let's see how it goes.
Well, the 5 down off the break, but he was hoping for in terms of getting a bit of joy on the 1. Hard to believe Joshua Filler is still only 24. Feels like he's been around a very long time. He's been world champion. He was US Open champion in Las Vegas almost 3 years ago now. The 2 biggest individual titles in the game.
Rail, hit and out. I'll check.
And controversy early in the match.
Rob, can I see that?
So let's have a look at this again.
Right? Can you show me the replay, please?
So Rob Spencer calling up the replay. Kelly, talk us through this.
Well, Joshua clearly thought that he hit the 1 ball,
it's a
then
foul,
the rail.
no rail.
And as we can see,
Yes,
unfortunately,
sir. Foul, no rail.
He's hit the 1 ball and nothing made it to a rail, which ultimately
Start
gives
time
ball
clock,
in hand a
please.
foul.
Yeah, so Filler querying that decision. It's been checked with the help of Rob Spencer. And he's got to accept it.
Thank God for technology.
Sometimes it's our friend. Okay, so Styer's been gifted a bit of an opportunity here with ball in hand. And a nice table for him. All about trying to keep the momentum. And even with everything the Americans have accomplished so far tonight, if Styer could pull off a singles win against Joshua Filler, I would suggest that would be the biggest moment of the whole tournament so far. "26 years of age, 27 on New Year's Day. He's the only player on either side this year who's been on the winning team in every Mosconi Cup he's played. He's made 2 appearances, and they were America's back-to-back wins in 2018 to 19. He actually got USA's first point on the board here at Alexandra Palace on his debut 3 years ago against our friend and colleague Niels Fyen. That was what really started things for the Americans. They had lost the first 2 matches, and Styer really kick-started what proved to be their first win at the end of Europe's run of 8 in a row. And that's all in the past now. Styer focused on the present moment and with a great chance here to strike an early blow. Nice to win the opening rack, Kelly, of course, but when it's on your opponent's break, it's such a significant blow at such an early stage.
Yes, certainly Joshua and the team will be disappointed. I mean, he could have pushed out. He elected to kick safe and ultimately, as we know, gave up ball in hand, which is huge, especially in the opening rack. It's a gift for Tyler, and he's taking full advantage of that, and it's his break next, so it can lead to be massive. We'll just have to wait and see.
So much going according to plan for the US so far this evening. Tyler Styer has continued that theme. He's taken the opening rack against Joshua Filler against the break. Styer's capitalising on that. Such a significant blow. Here it is again.
And you can see by Joshua's body language, he really did think that it's a rail and there was no foul committed.
Oh, you can just see the look of frustration on his face. He's a real perfectionist. He expects so much of himself. Most of the time he delivers. It's been another good year for Filler. He's achieved a lot. Recently won European Championship gold in the 9-ball division for the first time. Of course, was part of the Germany team that won the World Cup for the second time back in the summer. Hasn't just been 9-ball success for him. He won the US Straight Pool Championship in October as well. As I say, he played so well in his singles last night. Tyler Styer, former winner of the Kremlin Cup.
Number 2.
He's been runner-up in the Austria Open this year. He was beaten in the final by Ekland Kaci.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's be
Didn't make a huge impact on either of the two massive standout events, the World Championship and the US Open.
Thank you.
But he does come in with a really good Mosconi Cup pedigree, and he's just added another line to it there as he starts us off in rack 2.
Well, that was a nice break, cue ball control. That 3 balls come around the table and could have landed really anywhere, in, you know, apart from behind that 4 and giving him an open table. Obviously, we've got a tie up there between the 7 and 8, but they're looking now to play a safety shot.
Oh, none of that. Oh, that shows the way he's thinking. He's taking the game to Filler here.
Well, I did say at the beginning he's definitely playing with a lot of confidence, and there we go, that just proves it.
Well, that was always the danger with that shot. Running into the 6.
Well, he's just been round and checked his angle on the 5 ball here. He's going for this 100%.
Well, it's probably easier than the 3 he's just potted.
Absolutely. And as well, the cue ball is going to come back up table, and if he makes the 5 ball, he's going to have no problem to be on the 6.
Yeah, it's automatic position. As you alluded to earlier though, Kelly, it will be after that the hardest bit will come. Oh, but he's a long way off target with that.
I think he was making sure to hit it on what we call the pro side. You know, we don't like to think about it, but obviously if you're going to miss that shot, you don't want to miss it thick. And missing it thin, obviously, he knew it would stay safe down there. Look at this shot. What a beautiful shot.
And we saw a few players last night struggling to adjust to the speed of the cloth here. No suggestion of any such difficulties for Filler there. And you've got to love the body language and the confidence of the way he sits down, folds his arms as if to say, have some of that, Tyler.
Foul. Legal contact.
Yeah, ball in hand, and of course he's
Start the clock,
brought
please.
about a bit of separation there, and indeed has left the combination on. And just like that, with the 5-9 combination, Joshua Filler has levelled straight away at 1-all. I think, Kelly, if you hadn't watched that rack and didn't know who had won it, and you just looked at the faces of the two players, it would tell quite a story right now.
Absolutely. 100%. And if we did the same at the end of the previous rack, we could have also seen that in their faces. But I mean, you know, I think from Tyler's perspective there, if he made contact there with that 5 ball, it would have been a beautiful shot. It would have potentially hooked Joshua and would have all been clapping, saying what a great shot. It did slide a little bit, it come off long and missed it completely, but the worst thing he could have done was put that 9 over the pocket, as we see. 5-9 combo, pretty straightforward, and that's the rack over. And Joshua's smiling.
Yeah, I'm sure he's smiling anytime he looks at those stats. That's really good going. 13 wins and only 6 defeats in his Mosconi Cup career.
Number
He's made 3
3,
previous
we are all
appearances,
tied
only
at
been on the
1
losing
game
side
apiece.
once.
Team Europe to break.
And the shrug of the shoulders there, or the flick of the arm, whatever it was, tells you that Joshua Filler has given us the first dry break of the match.
Not only has he done the first dry break there, but he's left it absolutely perfect for Tyler. And a wide open table.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, let's keep the chatter down when they're actually shooting, please.
John Lehman and Marcel Eckhart are both doing their best to keep this crowd under control, and they don't want to spoil the fun and the atmosphere either, so it's a difficult balance to strike. They're doing their best. Styer was hit by the response from Filler there, getting the match level once again. Well, here's a chance to show that he's going to stand up to that. He's not going to wilt under the challenge. Filler's a big favourite for this match. You can just see the determination etched on Steyer's face. So thrilled to be back in the team after missing out last time. I mentioned his win over Niels Fyon in his first ever Mosconi Cup. That's the only singles match he's won. He's played 3 since then, lost the lot.
Extension, please.
This would be some way to end that sequence. Hard to see much that can go wrong here, Kelly.
Yes, it's pretty straightforward. But saying that, Michael, we've seen some strange racks this evening already, and yesterday the same. But I think Tyler, he has got the wrong side of the 7 ball here. Still should have no problem finishing this rack.
Yeah, people have talked about the tight pockets, which I think have really added to the drama, but some of the balls we've seen missed, I think you need an 8-inch pocket for them to go in, so it's not all down to that. You've got to remember, as there were no crowds in Coventry last year, it's a couple of years since any of these players were in the Mosconi Cup cauldron. No matter how experienced you are, it takes some adjusting. Twist this is, and a huge opportunity has been let slip away by Styer.
One warning.
And he's been given a warning. Is that for putting the cue down on the table like that?
No, I think Michael, he swung the cue, and as Joshua stood up, we saw Joshua have to lean back because the cue kind of come toward him. I mean, it wasn't intentional toward Joshua.
Of course not, yeah.
He was just swinging the cue out of frustration.
Right, well, no wonder he got the warning then.
Yeah.
Well spotted, Kelly.
Extension, please.
He's got away with this, though. I mean, you know, that was really a bad miss. Anywhere on the table, other than behind that 9, and he could have, it was just easy. 8-9.
this is the incident again. Now look at this.
Yeah.
Ooh, now that is risky business.
Again, there was nothing intentional, but deserved a warning.
Yeah, and you just wonder, did that warning make him feel a bit more pressure, a little bit more discomfort on what was a tricky shot anyway? He's going to be feeling bad about that. Did it have an impact?
Absolutely. Tyler's, not the kind of guy that would do anything to make anybody uncomfortable, but obviously getting a warning on live on TV in the Mosconi Cup with all this crowd certainly puts not a nice feeling on anybody, I don't think. Again, though, he's got away with it.
Well, that's it. Even after everything that's happened, he's still in the rack. And that's not great from Filler by any means. Early in the match. But it already feels like a very big moment. And that was a very big miss, but look what's happened. And the crowd making their sense of injustice felt. So the first 3 racks have all gone against the break. And what a series of twists and turns has taken us to that position. Tyler Styer leads Joshua Filler by 2 racks to 1. Earlier this evening we saw some of the fans simulating bullfighting, but in rack 3 Tyler Styer gave us something more reminiscent of fencing, getting a warning, then getting a fluke, and getting off the hook big time to lead Joshua Filler by 2 racks to 1. Sometimes all you can do is smile and shrug your shoulders, but Filler in a spot of bother here because Styer has the break now in the 4th rack.
In favor of Team USA. Team USA to break.
Ooh, has the 2 run just a touch too far? It had. That's a stroke of misfortune, Kelly.
Yes, when he broke it, again, great break, and the 2 ball coming toward that side pocket. I thought it was actually going to leave him with a wide open table, but he's replied with a great save. And Joshua's going in the air, giving us a jump shot.
Oh, he was wondering if the 2 was going to drop. It did, but it wasn't the only thing to do so. It's all going Styer's way now.
Shot clock, please.
It can be a cruel game. It really can. I mean, he's played a really nice controlled jump shot. He's going for a good safety from it, and that cue ball to get through the 7 and 8 there into the top corner pocket. It's very unfortunate.
Couldn't really ask for a better opportunity than this to open a 2-rack lead.
I'm going to be careful what I say, because last time I said that he couldn't miss, and as we saw, it did go his way in the end, but it wasn't as straightforward as we thought. But really, these are lined up perfectly. I don't think we can see any mistakes here, Michael.
Just feels like we're seeing very little happening in this Mosconi Cup in a straightforward way. Not seen that many break and run outs. Seems to be some little twist in almost every rack. In this instance it was the scratch. And of course Filler had actually potted a ball in the same shot. But instead of retaining possession of the table, he gifted the chance to Tyler Styer. And now a bit of breathing space for the first time at 3-1. This would be a huge moment in the career of Styer, Kelly, if he could pull off a win over Joshua Filler in this sort of environment.
Yes, I mean, you know, not only is it the Mosconi Cup, it's the first time, well, the first time in a few years that we've had with the crowds, and for Tyler to be back after an absence of a couple of years, to come and beat Joshua Filler after yesterday's performance of Joshua's, you know, especially if he's going to beat him quite heavily, you know, that would be a fantastic notch to add to his career.
Let's go down to Michael Bridge.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm here in the seats. I'm enjoying this. With Joshua's wife, Pia. Pia, firstly, how'd your hair done?
Well, I mean, we left the rolls in the bakery today, it looks like. But I have no doubt that Joshua can still manage to win the game, and I trust him 100%.
We know Joshua, he wouldn't have minded Tyler being there with his cue, would he? He's just so focused.
Oh yeah, I mean, all that matters is that it went all well, nothing happened, so just keep focused and do what he needs to do.
And he's ready to break. So get you back to the commentary team.
Number
Pia, thank you very
5.
much.
Our current score is 3-1.
She's a very accomplished player herself, of course, Pia Filler, and a great support. Seems to be there for just about every big moment. Remember, she was front row at Mandalay Bay when Joshua won the US Open back in the spring of 2019.
Well, Michael, we've got another dry break from Joshua.
Yeah, 2 in a row now.
This is huge, especially if Tyler can see this one ball, which I think he can.
Yeah, and bearing in mind that Styer has the break in the next rack, he must now be at least starting to think about the winning line, but he's got to try to fight those thoughts, focus on his process. The way things are going, he could end up not only winning this match, but winning it by a landslide. Who would have seen that coming?
Are we looking at a 2-9 combination attempt
I think
here?
he is. I think that's exactly what he's thinking. But is he second-guessing himself? Or just taking the extra time to compose himself for what he knows is a massive shot? If that's what he's got in mind. Well, another development. But that hasn't turned out too badly at all. And straight away, he could be back in here.
Oh, that was a lovely flick off the purple 5 ball there. Beautiful stroke he put on that, but that little flick really did help, and now he's in prime position. I can't help but feel that it's really definitely going Tyler's way, this match.
Everything we've seen so far would suggest that, but of course, it's one thing getting to the hill, finishing the job can be another, especially when it would be, as I say, such a landmark moment in his career to beat Joshua Filler in Mosconi Cup singles.
Well, I think this is the key shot, and the 6 ball does go into the bottom right corner pocket, but he needs to get good on it.
Whatever he had in mind, that wasn't quite it.
Again, that could have gone a lot worse. He does have a shot here.
Just as we were starting to write the obituaries for this match, Filler has been let in again. But this is not an easy shot to be arriving into. Looks a formality now, though.
This is a huge rack. 4-1, 3-2.
Yeah, absolutely. And Filler really needed this. When you consider Styer now have the break now. Boys in Alban Ocean know how significant that was. Coming in to congratulate him. Shane Van Bonin, on the other hand, has to G up Tyler Styer, who knows he had his chance there. Really take a stranglehold on this match. You can't believe, Kelly, this is only night 2. There's been so much drama, so much tension, and the atmosphere we have. It feels like the final night. Imagine when it actually is Friday evening, what it's going to be like in here.
Oh, you're right, Michael. I mean, I don't think we've had one match that hasn't had some drama. You know, we've had some great play, we've had some not so great play, and it just seems to be something funky happening in every single match. Some strange mistakes. I don't know, it's certainly been exciting, and this is only day 2, so yeah, I can't wait for Friday.
We didn't have Friday last year, of course, because it was all finished on the Thursday evening with the 11-3 win for Europe. But the Americans, only halfway through the second night, have already got more points on the board than they managed in the entire tournament 12 months ago. It's all very different now.
To break.
Tyler Styer, in spite of the way that last rack went, still has a really big opportunity here. And that will do nicely. Okay, so the bridging's a bit tricky, but I think it's still backing for this one. But Buckingham would not have been successful. And has he had a bit of fortune here again?
I think that's been 3 significant shots where Tyler's missed and left Joshua nothing. Oh dear, I'm not sure if that's going to sneak out.
So there's the miss. I think it was all about the difficult bridging, wasn't it?
Most definitely wasn't an easy shot.
It was sloppy by Filler. Okay, so he hadn't left the 3 on, but he shouldn't have gone so close to doing it. And he knew it, you could tell from his reaction. He'd thrown in a bad one.
As we've talked about, the table is playing very fast. It's like lightning, and the players overall are really managing it very well. The odd little shot we've seen just overrun. Even that one nearly overrun, and Tyler has managed to hook him. What a kicker he is. I mean, you know, he just sees the angle naturally. I know he's left the 3 ball there, but straight away he got down and saw the angle to make a clean hit.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It was a good effort to make contact. Styer has passed up his opportunities here. Really can't let another one slip away. And if Filler does lose this match, Kelly, I think the most disappointing thing of all will be it's not as if Styer has blown him away. He's made mistakes, and Filler, as the superior player, which I think he would be seen as, has not made him pay a price for it. Such a contrast to Filler's highly accomplished singles display round about this time last night.
And as we can see there, the ball's potted. Joshua only 5. That's very unusual, especially after 5 racks.
I suppose that rack where he made the combination, obviously not many balls potted than that one. It's the nature of Nineball, though, isn't it? It's all about doing it at the right moments. When you describe it to people that you've 9 balls on the table and the only one that really counts is the last one, they think it sounds like a bizarre game, but then you actually see it in action and realise there's so much complexity to it. Puffing out his cheeks there, and this is what I was talking about earlier. Getting over the line here is not going to be straightforward. He's got to fight that psychological battle in his own mind.
Well, it's looking like he's going to be the first to reach the hill.
Well, the Americans have had 2 very significant results already tonight. We might be witnessing the biggest one yet in just a few minutes. Tyler Styer was a big outsider against Joshua Filler, but he's first to the hill. Filler will be breaking to save the match in just a moment.
Guy somewhere up in there. All right, he keeps yelling, fucking this and fucking that.
Have you ever seen the world? I gotta break free. Have you ever seen the world? I gotta break free. Have you ever seen the world? I gotta break free.
It's only the second night of the 2021
Rack
Kazoo
number
Mosconi
7.
Cup,
Our
but
current
already
score
it
is
feels like there are a
4-2 in
million
favour
stories
of
to be
Team
told in North
USA,
London. Filler
Team
breaking
Europe
to stay in the
to
match
break.
after 2 dry breaks in a row. Not this time though, but he's not got much here, Kelly.
No, the breaks certainly haven't gone his way. At least he made a ball that time and he's got control of the table. Now we need a really good safety. It crossed my mind would he go for the bank, which he did not, but I don't think he wanted to leave it that close to the pocket, that's for sure.
Even when he's getting safe, it feels like he's flirting with danger at least. A lot of the time.
Well, in last night's singles match, he had the table speed down to a T. And in this match, he's definitely overrun many, many balls. Well, this is a big shot for Filler here. When normally, under any normal circumstance, he'd knock it in, no problem. But this is not normal circumstances here at the Mosconi Cup at Ali Palace.
It feels like very little is happening in a normal way.
Well, a beautiful shot there, and look where the cue ball's landed.
Again, much like Styer in the last track, isn't it? Awkward bridging. Handled that well, though. Helped by the fact that it was a fairly straightforward run through for the 4. So he's asking the question of Styer here. You'd expect him to run out from this position.
I just love Joshua's just his body language around the table. You know, I mean, he's 4-2 down, and you couldn't tell that by watching. He's just so natural, fluent player that no matter what the score is, you couldn't tell, and he's just so, you know, such a natural player. Wonderful to watch.
And no matter what the position, you sense he always backs himself. You can see a bit of tension written on the faces of a couple of the European stars and their vice captain. So Filler's done all he could here. First break and run. Now he's put it up to Tyler Styer. Nothing more Filler can do for now. Steyer's got the break. And of course, a certain amount of pressure added to that, and the knowledge that if he doesn't win this rack, Filler will have that break in the decider. So still a bit of life in this one. Teammates, colleagues coming out to have a word with both players. Here's what's going on in the practice room now. Eklund Catchy there and David O'Cady, and they of course will be on in the last match of the night against Chris Reinhold and Jeremy Jones. But what will the situation be going into that? That's the American pairing. And of course, they could go into that match knowing that their team will definitely be ahead overnight. One way or another, we're going to know in the next few minutes. I don't think it's an exaggeration, Kelly, to describe this break-off shot as one of the biggest shots of Tyler Steyer's career so far. What an opportunity he's got here.
You can see the focus, determination in his face. He knows it more than anybody.
Rack number 8.
This
Our current
determines
score is
his
4-3
chance
in favor
break
of
and run
Team
to
USA.
take the match.
Team USA to break on the hill.
Okay, so he's got the 1 down, but that 7 has got in the way of the 2.
The drama's not over yet, Michael.
We didn't think it would be, Kelly. We never imagined it could. don't think we would really have anticipated a break and run. It's not as if Styer's been winning his breaking racks in that sort of fashion.
Push out called. Your option.
So what's his thinking there, Kelly?
Well, you know, obviously he's just got to leave a relatively tough safety shot for Joshua. Joshua's not going to give this back to him. He's going to put it on the 2-ball onto the top rail, bring the cue ball back. And that's not good. He really wanted that behind the 7-8. That's really sloppy, I'm afraid, from Joshua.
That's a word we've used a few times about him on that sort of shot. Safeties over the last 15 to 20 minutes or so.
I just felt that he caught the 2-ball too fat. And, you know, it gave the momentum in the 2-ball to leak out all the way over toward the 6.
So Styer has made the 2-6 combination, and the 2 is travelling nicely for him. It's a chance. It's a chance to finish this off.
100%. This is the key shot now. 2 to 3. I don't see any problems, but if he gets on the 3 here, the layout is pretty straightforward. It's very easy me sitting here saying that with all the pressure that they must be feeling, but wow, he couldn't have asked for better than that.
He's had a result again. He's had a few rolls tonight. He had a chance, you know, to clinch the cup for the States on his debut, but he lost to Jason Shaw and almost turned around. But the Americans did get over the line in the end when Shane Van Boening beat Alex Kazakis. I'm sure it's rankled with him that he wasn't able to finish it off, be the man to clinch the winning point, end that long losing streak for the Americans. But this would be a massive moment for him in itself. Go back into that team room walking 10 feet tall if he can just pot these next 4 balls. He must have been looking on with so much frustration last year, having contributed to those wins in 2018 and 19. He could do nothing about it. He watched his American colleagues beaten so heavily in Coventry 12 months ago. But now he can make an impact. And that's just what he's doing here. He spoke about the challenge of getting across the line, pull off such a significant result. Well, he has risen to that challenge beautifully here. It's been a great night for the Americans already. Even before this, they'd already won the first bit of the evening session. Tyler Styer has taken them higher and higher. The USA are in such a strong